It's the first year of the year, and today I want to do something different. I want to update my monthly trackers and create a new spread of yearly tracker on these two notebooks that I'm currently using. This is a brand new notebook that I got from Tokyo Hands, and this is the current tracker that I'm using for my Boox tracker. Let's get right into it. So for the year 2025, I'm actually already doing my current monthly tracker. This is my passport size letter journal. This is what I'm currently using for my tracking. But I've also have this another book. So I was actually using these two books for my tracking needs, but I do want to change something out, and I want to have something even lighter, all in one type of notebook for my tracking for 2026. So just to quick show you some of the tracking that I do. I've actually just started in July last year. I might need to blur out some of the information in here. So this is what I was doing initially. This is the first time I was doing the kind of bullet journaling tracking method. I have never done this kind of things before. So this side is just your everyday one-liner memory for the day, and on the right side is just different types of hobbies that you are doing or you want to track, and I'll just put like a cross if I manage to do that habit. I wasn't very consistent with this, but throughout the months from July onwards, the consistency is increasing, is getting a little bit better. This side will be your sleep hours and the sleep score, which I was actually using my Rincon, and on the left side here is just a bunch of the questions that on a weekly basis I will be answering. November side, which is the last month that I used this notebook for, it is a little bit better. I did some change up here and there. So November side, I've actually have the memories, the habits, the sleep score. I also added additional information, which is the daily meal and the calories and the spending, other types of purchases, and type of places that I get my food from, and my study timeline, because I'm also trying to study. December onwards, I shifted to this smaller portable kind of tracker, so I don't have to carry this bigger book. So the smaller version. So first I have my study tracker. The same thing, memories, habits, still similar monthly tracking, but I will also be doing a lot more of a yearly overlook. I have this for my book tracker. I was already using it for the end of 2025, Q4. This is where I track the number of books I read and the rating. So there's just a little bit of information on the books that I've read. And I was trying to do some picturesque tracking of the books that I've read. So there's like a heart, but of course I didn't really fill it up because it was late in the year, and in a month I was reading like 2 books, so this isn't really quite filled in. So for 2026, I want to be more intentional of how I read my books. This is just a few of the reviews that I have for each books. I have like that. And for 2026, just a quick preview. I will also be showing how I will be doing my template in my book review and my monthly and yearly spread. So let's go with the book review first. So for the book review, I have actually drafted out my 2026 books. So I made a quick sketch that has like a bookshelf with a window right here with the moon, and just a little bit of books that I piled up on the shelf. So what I'm trying to do here is that my goal this year is to read 24 books, which is 2 books in a month. I think is very achievable. So I'm trying to be more realistic, honestly. So I have 24 books in total. Well, actually more than 24 books, just in case I read more than that. But I have 8 books here, another 8 books, and more books below. If I have additional books that I decided to read for this year, then I will add in another layer of books right below. So there's just kind of the artistic side of the book spread that I wanted to do this year. And the next page is, this is just a rough template that I want to do for this book spread. So once I finish a book, I will have my months filled in on the left side as the rows, and on the columns, the number of books, pages, and the different types of rating for that book, and the did not finish book. And then on the right side, another general information, which is just the title, the author, the genre, rating, the start date, and the finish date. And the next page is just the basic details of the book itself. And from there we will count how many books we have read for the year 2026. So now let me just have some quick drawing and just finish up some of the details for this book tracker. So there you have it. I have my shelves where I can write down the title of the book on each of the books that I finish by the number of books, pages, and so forth according to the months, and you have the grand total at the bottom. And on the right side we have the title of the book, the author, genre, rating, and all of those jazz. And in here is basically the review of the book and even more information about the book. So that is my basic spread for 2026 book reviews. Yeah, it's very simple, doesn't have much colors, and I think it's pretty straightforward. You can do this very simply. Now let's move on to our monthly spread and yearly spread. This is a brand new notebook that I bought from Tokyo Hands. This is actually a grid type of notebook, which is quite friendly for bullet journaling actually. I was initially using a dotted grid notebook, so it doesn't have all the lines already drawn on it. But this is gonna be my first time using a grid notebook for my bullet journaling and trackers. I have already drawn out some templates that I want to do this year, and I can show you one by one what I've decided to do. So first off, opening the book, I've indicated a index page for this, so I would know which page that I need to look at. This is the first time I'm doing an index page for any of my notebooks, so let's see how this goes. Maybe it's helpful, maybe it's not, but let's see. And on our next page, our page 1, I've indicated that it will be my year in pixels. So for this page, what I want to do with this is the mood tracker. So if I have like an amazing day, really cool day, normal day, I would highlight each of the boxes depending on the date and the month. So what I do, I have the month and the day as the rows, and the column would be the individual months. So once I've completed this in all 12 months, then I would have a full mosaic of different colors. The next one I want to do is my journaling tracker. Basically tracks the day that I did my journaling. I do have my notes at the bottom. The next page would be my daily reading tracker. Basically tracks the amount of pages that I read every day. The next is my study period. So in here I would have like different durations of study hours that I've achieved for the day, and then exercise, so the amount of hour or duration that I've exercised for the specific day. I would track my weight on a daily basis as well. So basically this is a different grid for different achievement at the bottom, and then on the right side will be a graph on how many kg I am on that specific day. And then from there I will connect the dots. And in here is my daily food, how much I've spent on my food. And of course on the last page I have so far is the shopping and others, which is basically the same template as my daily food. That is my yearly tracker I have so far, and I don't think I'm gonna add anything more unless something come up that I want to track. For my monthly tracking, this one I've not really changed for the past few months, so it's still the same. So I finally finished the outlining of most of these trackers. So we have finished the yearly, and at the back we also have our monthly. So monthly, this is for January. We do have the memories here and our daily habits, and this graph right here will be sleep tracker. And we have our daily meals, what are the calories and the spendings, and I will track them in a graph on the side as well, and what type of food vendor my food came from, any other spending on shopping and other stuff. And lastly we have our study hours, and that is mostly it for my January. So I'll be doing this every month. By the end of the month I will be creating another layer of my monthly spread, and hopefully by the end of the year I will have a full update of the things that I want to track. So these are my trackers that I'm currently doing for 2026. What I'm planning to do with this is I will be just leaving it at home. As for this, I will be inserting it to my People Republic so that I could carry this every day. If you want more details of the things that we've gone through today, then you can check out my Substack in the description below. You can read more details on that or any other things that I'd like to archive and talk about in this channel. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Till then, bye!